and welcome to another exciting episode of Side by Side Textbook, page 74. Are you with me? All right, we've been talking about present unreal conditionals, and these are imaginary. So we're going to try something new today, and that is doing it in the negative, using negative. Okay, let's give you the first example. Let's try it.
I wonder why Olivia works so hard.
She must like her job.
You're probably right. If she didn't like her job, she wouldn't work so hard.
All right, just two things to notice. She must like her job. Must means very strong probability. It's probably right. Very strong probability, like 90% sure degree of probability. Okay. The other thing is, you're probably right. If she didn't like her job, so you really have to think about this. She must like her job. Here she is working so hard. Why is she working so hard? Because she likes her job. She must like her job. You're probably right. If she didn't like her job, she wouldn't work so hard. All right, so that's just using the opposite, using the negatives. All right, let's try another one.
I wonder why Paul is so dressed up. He must have a job interview. You're probably right. If he didn't have a job interview, he wouldn't be so dressed up.
Okay, if he didn't have a job interview, he wouldn't be so dressed up. All right.
Do exercises 1 through 9. You will hear the correct line after you speak. You begin.
I wonder why Gary is so nervous. He must have an exam today. You're probably right. If he didn't have an exam today, he wouldn't be so nervous.
You begin.
I wonder why our supervisor is shouting at us today.
She must be in a bad mood.
You're probably right. If she weren't in a bad mood, she wouldn't be shouting at us today.
All right, so if she weren't in a bad mood, she wouldn't be shouting us. So you're using weren't.
You begin.
I wonder why Rover is barking at the door.
He must want to go outside.
If he didn't,
You're probably right. If he didn't want to go outside, he wouldn't be barking at the door.
or it's during a Zoom meeting. That's when dogs always bark.
You begin.
I wonder
I wonder why Melanie wants to be a school teacher.
She must like children.
You're probably right. If she didn't like children, she wouldn't want to be a school teacher.
Notice school teacher is one word. You can write it either as one word or two words. That was easy.
You begin.
I wonder why Gregory makes so many mistakes.
He must be careless.
You're probably right. If he weren't careless, he wouldn't make so many mistakes.
You begin.
I wonder.
I wonder why Beth is home tonight.
She must have to take care of her little brother.
You're probably. If she didn't.
You're probably right. If she didn't have to take care of her little brother, she wouldn't be home tonight.
Or maybe she's under quarantine, like the rest of us. Come on, Beth. You can't go out.
You begin.
I wonder why Donald gets into so many fights.
He must like to argue with people.
You're probably right. If he didn't like to argue with people, he wouldn't get into so many fights.
You begin.
I wonder.
I wonder why my brother and his girlfriend hold hands all the time.
They must be in love.
You're probably right. If they weren't in love, they wouldn't hold hands all the time.
They wouldn't hold hands all the time.
You begin.
I wonder why I'm sneezing so much.
You must be allergic to my perfume.
You're probably right. If I weren't allergic to your perfume, I wouldn't be sneezing so much.
Well, we know he doesn't have coronavirus because that's not one of the symptoms. Isn't that nice? You can sneeze all you want. All right, and let's look at this, how to say it. Here we go.
You're probably right.
I think you're right.
I think that's right.
I think that's true.
That's probably true.
All right, so expressing agreement. Those are some ways. I think we'll have a conversation at some point to see if you have any other ideas about expressing agreement. Well, this concludes another 2 pages of our wonderful side-by-side, and I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.